Around 85% of the world's population are believers, and they believe in one of 4,000 religions. But this exhibition isn't about what those people believe, it's that they believe in them and how they believe in them. This glowing glass vessel is from 14th century Syria, and it's a mosque lamp and made to hang in a mausoleum. And on it you can see this beautiful enamelled calligraphy which recites what's known as the light verse from the Quran, which I can now read to you. It says, "Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth.
Allahu nuru as-samawati wal-ard."
His light is like a niche within which is a lamp. The lamp is in a glass and the glass is like a shining star. Allah guides us to his light, whom he will. Food is central to religious life for many people, having big banquets at festivals or Christmas meals, but it's also important in a number of other ways. This small ceramic bowl here is from Morocco. It is used for breaking the fast of Ramadan, which for Muslims is when you cannot eat between sunrise and sunset, and this bowl would have contained a special kind of meat soup which was used for breaking that fast. Water has the potential to cause great destruction, chaos and death, but it also offers purity and cleanliness. And the concept of sacred water is something that we see in many religions. Here behind me I have a collection of flasks. The two at the top hold Zamzam bottles and hold holy water from Mecca. We have a bottle here that holds Ganges water, which would be sacred to Hindus, and a bottle here that would contain Jordan water, the river where Christ was baptized. So you can see how in many different faiths water can take on a really important sacred and spiritual role. During the Cultural Revolution in China, many forms of religion were violently displaced. However, aspects of ritual behaviour continued in some unusual ways, and I'm going to tell you the story about Maos mangoes. He once visited some workers in a factory who'd helped him, and he gave them a gift of a box of mangoes. Surprisingly, instead of eating these mangoes, the workers began to venerate them as if they were religious relics, preserving them, encasing them, and thinking that they could do miraculous deeds. When my parents first gave me a key to the house, that's when I felt I'd become an adult. But different cultures across the world have different ways of marking this occasion. The mask is known as a terror mask made by the Pende people in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and it was used to scare away women and nosy people from male initiation rites. Light is essential to human life, and people use light and the metaphor of light as an important factor in many creation stories throughout many religions. Here I want to introduce you to this amazing woodblock print from the 19th century from Japan, and it depicts a central scene in Japanese mythology. The goddess Amaterasu, who is the goddess of light, has had a falling out with her brother and is so cross she's hidden herself in a cave and plunged the whole world into darkness. And obviously it means this disrupts all of society. So the gods start to worry and they need to come up with strategies to lure her out of the cave. They perform songs and dances to try and get her to come out, and none of it's working. So in the end, they come up with an idea. They put a mirror in a tree, and one of the other goddesses starts doing a bit of a dirty dance, and they say, "Come out of the cave, there is a goddess more beautiful than you." And she couldn't believe it, so she slowly peeks through her door in the cave and she sees her own reflection, and they grab her, drag her out and shut the cave behind her, bringing light back into Japan. Many different people have used many different amulets and cures to solve kind of the problems of everyday life. And in Siberia, where it is cold and wet, one recurring issue are aching joints. And this fabulous wooden amulet here, which is made of 3 interlinking wooden limbs, was used to cure that pain. You would handle it and it would help solve those aching backs and joints and knees and elbows of the hard work in the Siberian cold. Celebrate New Year in our own ways, and in Tibet there's an important ritual to scare out and banish the evil of the world, to welcome in a new compassionate new year, and an essential part of that is wearing masks like this fantastic paper mache. After weeks of meditation to get into their roles as terrifying protective deities, the monks put on this mask to dance and scare evil from the mind and bring in the new year.
This is absolutely glorious. He's known as the Lion Man. He's 40,000 years old, and he's the first evidence that people actually believe in something bigger, better, greater than them, what we refer to today as a god.